Hi, this is Anthony, and welcome back to my show. Let's get right into the topic, the top 6 reasons why Nano Dimension is not a buy. But before we begin, please click the subscribe button below. It really helps me out and it doesn't cost you anything. Thanks so much. Nano Dimension Limited is an Israeli company traded on NASDAQ. Its stock symbol is NNDM. For full disclosure, I've owned 2 shares of Nano in the past, no longer own any. I'm not shorting it and I'm not trying to talk it down. I would love it if the company did well and its shareholders did well. But I don't see that happening for a number of reasons. Reason 1, terrible long-term chart. If you would have bought it at the IPO, you would have lost nearly 95.72% of your money. $100 invested in the stock on September 10th, 2015 would now be worth $4.28. That is just under 7 years. Reason 2, they may need to have another reverse split. That could cost you. They've already had a reverse split in the past and may need to have another one soon. Reverse splits are bad for a couple of reasons. One is because the stock gets down so low that it risks being delisted from the stock exchange, and also is indicative that the company's managers do not believe that it is going to start going up on its own. Also, many but not all brokers charge a reverse split fee. My particular broker, which is a large, well-known company, charges a $38 fee for a reverse split. So, if I would have invested $100 into them at their IPO, I'd have $4.28 left, but I'd be out $38 due to the reverse split fee. So in effect, my $100 would now be worth negative $34. By the way, when charts are generated, they adjust the prices for splits, so you do not need to contact me pointing out that there's been a split. That has been adjusted in all the charts I show. Reason 3, the company loses money. A lot of money. On occasion, there are companies like Amazon or Tesla that lost a lot of money for a long time before turning profitable, and whose stocks have done well recently. In fact, for the 2 companies mentioned, eventually their founders or leaders became the 2 richest men in the world. But for most companies that lose money for years, they eventually just go bankrupt. Let's look at a chart of their financials. For fiscal year 2018, for pre-tax income, they lost nearly $15.5 million. 2019, they lost $8.35 million. In 2020, they lost $48.5 million. In 2021, they lost nearly $206 million. And in the trailing 12 months, as of today, they've lost just over $230 million. Let's rephrase that another way. In the past 12 months, they've lost nearly $250 million. Let's look at their earnings per share. In 2018, they lost $8.50 a share. In 2019, they lost $2.50 a share. In 2020, they lost $1.13 a share. And in 2021, they lost 81 cents a share. At least the trend seems to be going in the right direction, at least at this point. I'm not going to analyze the financials much beyond this. If you're interested in investing in Nano, be sure to do a deep dive in all their financials available. I'll put a link to these in the show notes. Reason 4, members of the board of directors don't seem to have much faith in owning equity in the company. Other than the fairly new CEO, who owns 11.5% of the shares, the rest of the board of directors own a total of 1.59% of the shares outstanding, according to a table in their most recent annual report. It would seem to me that if the company had great prospects at these low prices, people should be loading up on the shares. Reason 5, other major shareholders have been unloading their stock in recent years. Here is more information from the annual report. I'm not going to read this section out loud, but I present it here as text so you can stop the video while you read it if you're interested in the specifics. Reason 6, they have a lot of money in the bank, but it's from issuing new shares, not from selling printers. It's true that the company has a substantial amount of cash in the bank, but it's from selling more shares of stock in the past year and a half or so, not from revenues on selling products. While having the money is good, it should give investors pause knowing that the company was saved perhaps from the brink of bankruptcy by having to issue more shares, an option that cannot be repeated too often, especially in the current bear market that we're in. Okay, those are the 6 things that I wanted to bring up today. I've gotten some pushback from owners of the stock in the past. I encourage feedback, either positive or negative. I understand their frustration and that they hope that new managers will be able to turn around the company. I want the best for this company and for all companies. I don't want them to go down, and I don't want people to lose money. But hope is not an investment strategy. If you own shares in the company, what should you do? Well, most likely you've lost money on it. Could it go up a little bit, recoup some of your losses? Sure, anything is possible. But my advice, and I'm not a financial advisor, just somebody making YouTube videos, is that maybe you would be better off selling your Nano holdings and putting it into something else. What would a better option be? Well, you'll have to watch my other videos that I've made recently to answer that. Okay, that's all I want to say for today. I'd love to hear from you. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. And if you disagree with me, please feel free to point out weaknesses in my arguments. Hopefully by now you've subscribed to this channel and liked this video. I would love it if you looked at my other videos and hopefully click the like buttons on those and leave a comment, even a short one. All those things really help me out in building a following. As I always mention, this is not investment advice. I'm not an investment advisor. I'm just some guy on the internet that you don't know, making YouTube videos that hopefully provide some entertainment. But I try to create entertainment that gives you a starting point where you can do your own research and potentially find stocks that might have some place in your well-diversified long-range portfolio. Since this channel is not yet monetized, if you want to help me out, I sell small collectibles on eBay, things like old stock and bond certificates, coins and banknotes, stamps and postal items and books, along with other things such as Masonic items. You can find my items on eBay with my username stock_tycoon. If you're interested in buying silver or gold as investments, I usually have some listed on eBay. If you're interested in investing in it as a commodity, I have a few YouTube videos that explain how you can easily do that, plus some of the pitfalls in doing so. I'm on Instagram at AnthonyRRMills. You can follow me there. Thanks for watching and good luck in investing.